Good evening, everyone. This is Jamie Greene, of course, and I just wanted to stop in for a few minutes to greet you, to welcome you to this new month of September. Last month, our theme for our talk show and for our life in general was novel emergence, which we discussed meant new beginnings, new concepts, new ideas. And so this month, the ninth month of the year, is known as the birth month. And so I personally have taken on a mantra for myself this year. And I will tell you a little more about that as time goes on. But I wanted to just say that Sunday, September 5th, was my 60th birthday. So I am now 60 years old. And honestly, there have been times in my life when I did not think that I would make it to 60. I had no idea or no concept of making it to this point. I have, like many others, I find myself at this point in my life becoming more reflective and looking back over my life journey to this point, because I believe that wherever you are on your life journey, you are a sum total of everything that has happened to bring you to this point. I don't subscribe to the teaching that everything is in your past, you need to forget about and be done with, because a lot of what's in your past has a lot to do with who you are today. And so, as I've sat the last week or so preparing to go into my 60th year, which I call the Epoch 60. And it's spelled EPOCH. And I was thinking about this next phase of my life and what exactly is ahead for me. And in order to prepare mentally for where I am now and for where I am striving to get next, I have to acknowledge the lessons and the pains of my past, including traumas, childhood molestations, years of sickness and illnesses, even deaths of loved ones, people that meant the world to me, that I could not even imagine living without. I have lost many people that I've felt that way about, but especially my parents. I've known what it is to be in a crowd of people, but to be lonely. I know what it is to stand behind a pulpit with a microphone and to preach and to teach and to sing. I know what it is to travel across the country and to have people say, I love you. I love the way you speak, the way you teach, the way you preach. I love all of that about you. But at the same time, I know what it feels like not to be heard by people, because they heard only what was coming out of my mouth. But very few people heard what was not being said in my heart. And so all of that has brought me to this place. And at this place, I have found my voice. I have found my power, and I have found that my voice is power. I heard someone say the other day, I can't remember where I read it or what have you, but it said that you don't have to find your voice because you always have your voice. But the reality is there are a lot of people who have voices, but they don't know that they have voices because they've not been permitted to use them, or they've not been shown how to use them. And so it's the same as saying, I can't find my car keys. That doesn't mean that I don't have car keys, but at the moment, I don't know where they are. So I can't drive my car until I find my car keys. And so I can't use my voice until I find my voice, understand the power of my voice, the uniqueness of my voice. And so up until this point, this is one of the many things that I have learned. And so at age 60, I have reached a whole nother level, a whole nother dimension of understanding the power of my voice. And as I said, the Epoch 60 for me will be a magical time, will be an amazing time. I was thinking about in February 20, I don't know, it was February, yeah, it was February 2020, a young lady prophesied to me that even in this season of postmenopausal phase of my journey, where supposedly you become barren and unable to produce. But she prophesied to me that even in my spiritual menopausal phase, where I felt like I was no longer useful, I was no longer beneficial, that people didn't want to hear what I had to say, that sometimes I really felt like I didn't have anything to say. But she said to me that in this season, you will still be productive. You will still be producing things. And as I said, that was in February 2020. And since that time, I have produced some things, and I have grown in some areas and developed in some areas. And I'm excited about what's coming next. One of my Facebook friends, sister friends, who's really more than just a Facebook friend, said to me one time that the key for you is going to be to reach outside of your current circle and partner with and connect with people who have the capacity and the heart to do outreach, and the heart and the capacity to do what you desire to do. There is the key to your success. And I want to thank my friend Lisa for sharing that with me, because that was said to me at a point where I needed that push, I needed that nut. And so I've also often talked to my oldest son, and who, though he's incarcerated and behind prison walls, mentally, I've watched him come to a place where he is experiencing more freedom in his mind than a lot of people who are walking around free. They can go where they want to go when they want to go. They can do what they want to do when they want to do it, but they still don't have that freedom in their mind. And he often says to me that you have the ability within you to do whatever you want to do, to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Speak the things that you want and watch them manifest for you. And so in this season, in this era of my 60s, I intend to do even more, to be even more creative, and to reach more people than I've ever reached in my life. I cannot go into this month that is known as the birthing month without mentioning the role of mothers and how important they are, because it is through mothers that things are birthed into the earth. And so that is a special area for me, dealing with mothers. And so that is going to be, you're going to see me doing even more in that area, dealing with moms and reminding them how powerful and precious that they are. So last month, our theme for the Let's Talk Destiny talk show was novel emergence. And this month, we're going to talk about going from formulation to fruition. Once you have a idea, you have a concept, and you've written it down, and you pondered over it, and you structured it. You know, you sat down and you've written out every portion of it, what needs to be done, how it needs to go forth. Now, this month we are birthing those things. We are being uncomfortable, and we're pushing. I'm not going to go into all the details of my last childbirth experience, but it was. And so the only thing that really kept me going was the fact that I realized that there was a life inside of me that I had the responsibility to bring forth into the earth. And so I went through serious psychological and physical trauma to birth that baby into the earth, but I did it. And so what I'm saying to you today is, yes, it may get uncomfortable. There may be pain. There may be moments when you say, forget this, I can't do this. Because trust me, I totally understand that. But you have to remember there is something in you that needs to be birthed. There's something in you that other people need. And sometimes I say to myself, just when I think that people are not listening to me, people are not responding. Someone posted, one of my adopted daughters posted something this morning about reminding us that your creativity, your gifting is not, the value of it is not based on the number of likes that you get on social media. The value of your creativity and your gifting is not determined by how many people pat you on your back and say, wow, that's awesome. But the value, number one, lies in what it means to you, and how far you're willing to go. What are you willing to do to birth that thing? So tonight, I just wanted to stop in, welcome you to the month of September, to remind you to keep pushing. This month, I want to hear stories about the new ideas that you have birthed. I want to hear stories about new books. I want to hear new businesses, new ministries, new areas that you have been thinking about, but you haven't really maybe had the courage to do it, or you didn't have a support system or even the finances. I want you to go for it. I said to someone in August that I wanted to take another online class, which is major for me. Maybe somebody else can take 4 or 5 classes. I know that I can only do one at a time. And so I kept saying that until, you know, the way was made for me to do it. And I'm currently taking this class. And so if you have an idea, if you have a dream, you have a vision, there's something you want to do, I encourage you to make something happen this month. Even if it's just a small portion of your big dream, do something this month that will encourage you to say, I'm on my way. Push out something that you can say at the end of September, this is what I accomplished this month. You can do it. I have faith in you. I know you can do it. In the middle of all the discomfort that's going on in the whole wide world today, you can still succeed, and you can still give birth to that is within you. All right? Thank you so much for those of you who continually support me and encourage me. Thank you again to those of you who celebrated me this past weekend for my 60th birthday. Those of you that are still sending me messages and whatnot, I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I will continually push forward so that you can see by example that no matter what's going on with your body physically, no matter what health challenges you have. We know this month also is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And there are a lot of people who are considering suicide. And a lot of times we hear stories about someone who committed suicide and we say, I just talked to them. I didn't even notice it. I didn't see anything. Well, I'm praying that this month that we be a little more in tune with what's going on with people around us. And I personally understand reaching that level of where you just want to give up. You just feel like it's not worth it. I committed attempted suicide twice in my life, and but I'm still here, and that alone lets me know that my life has purpose. And if you're still here, that means that your life has purpose. All right. So together we're going to get this thing done this month. So I will talk to you all soon. Love you much. Thank you.